Do you know MrBeast's friend? He used to be a guy, and suddenly he removed the agency's equipment and installed stuff that wasn't even his. Then he transitioned into a woman. But here is the thing, he couldn't change his face, my friend. His face is still the same, looks a lot like Ramos. Anyway, he got exposed. You're probably wondering, how did he get exposed? There is actually a bigger scandal than just the transition itself. But before we dive into that, try to get this video as many likes as possible. YouTube doesn't like videos like this and might take it down anytime. We're just giving our opinion with full neutrality and honesty, but your support could make them think twice. If you don't know MrBeast's friend, let me introduce him. His name is Chris. He used to appear in MrBeast's videos. He was a beloved, funny, natural guy. Not only that, he was part of our circle. And being in our circle meant he didn't accept gay people or those who changed their gender. He would go to church, then have a couple of drinks and live a typical guy's life. When I used to watch MrBeast, masculinity just radiated from him. Seriously, it was obvious. Then someone named Carl started appearing in MrBeast's videos. Carl was kinda spoiled. He would color his hair, act weak in the videos, and do girlish things. Every time I saw him, I would switch the video. But I thought, hey, Chris will handle it. He knows what's right, and he will bring things back to normal. At first, I thought Chris would guide Carl back to being himself, but then I noticed Chris starting to change. I was shocked, couldn't believe what I was seeing. The Chris I knew, the masculine, natural guy, was saying things like yay and using words I would never heard from him before. These were words Carl used. Maybe Chris was trying to play along with Carl to guide him, but then I found out Chris got married to a girl. Praise God, my suspicions were right. And then they had a boy. That was Chris I knew, a real man. But then I noticed his face had changed. Did he shave his head for a video? But when I looked closer, I realized it was bigger than that. His face, it became smoother than Billie Eilish's voice. A short time later, someone tweeted, "Bro, what the fuck happened?" Chris replied, "I have been taking gender transition medication for 2 months. It was a huge shock. Nobody believed it. I would believe all of America was transitioning except Chris." Then, for the first time after that transition, Chris appeared on a MrBeast broadcast. MrBeast looked shocked, really shocked, in a weird, unnatural way. He didn't know where to look and he couldn't meet her eyes. Here's the thing, Chris has been MrBeast's friend since childhood, not just someone in a video. They would known each other for years. Imagine your longtime friend suddenly transitioning into a girl, God forbid. At the same time, MrBeast couldn't lash out at him because he knew tons of people would turn against him cowardly. After that, I couldn't watch MrBeast anymore. I just couldn't watch a video and see that creature. Here is the scary part. MrBeast's channel is the biggest on YouTube. Millions of kids watch it and they see this as normal. That's terrifying. A few months later, a video dropped titled, "This video will make you hate Chris Tyson." The video claimed Chris had been getting drawings from an artist that depicted kids in inappropriate ways. Allegedly, he hung these drawings in his room. At the time, MrBeast was living in the same house with him. It didn't stop there. Chris allegedly requested custom drawings. I can't even go into more detail. The next day, everything started leaking publicly. Chats with a 13-year-old kid were revealed. Chris knew the kid was 13, and the chats were inappropriate. The worst part, he actually met the kid. After that, everyone turned against him. Chris released a statement apologizing, saying something like, "Me and MrBeast decided not to work together." People were still mad. Then MrBeast said he fired Chris. So basically, Chris says me and MrBeast decided not to work together, and MrBeast says I fired him. Then a YouTuber named Maurice got involved. Maurice is one of those people who just goes along with the majority. He doesn't have his own opinion. Maurice mentioned Chris's new name after transitioning, Eva, but in one small part of the video he didn't say she, he used they, so technically he didn't call her as a woman. People on Twitter freaked out over that tiny mistake, ignoring the bigger issues about Chris transitioning and talking to a 13-year-old. Maurice immediately apologized because, well, Cowardly. Maurice even thinks it's fine for a 6-year-old to decide to fully transition, a child changing their gender. He sees it as simple and normal. He might not think this video is okay, but as you can see, cowardly. The majority opinions may be loud, but LGBTQ people aren't the majority, but their voices are loud, and companies including YouTube side with them. Anyway, Chris got sent packing. I know MrBeast is probably happy about it. I wouldn't blame him if I were in his shoes. Now he can upload videos for views because a lot of people weren't watching MrBeast while Chris was in the videos. There are some loud voices, not many, but loud, who complain if Chris isn't in the videos. That's what happened with MrBeast's friend after transitioning. Here is the bigger picture. As humans, our brains get used to repeated scenes. Even if you don't agree, your mind starts to normalize it just from seeing it over and over. If you have kids, teach them about these things before they see it online. The internet won't teach them the right story. Also, there is this guy named Flight Reaction. His expressions crack me up. He doesn't want to talk about that topic, but also he can't stay silent. Watch how he reacts to this strange situation.
Really, this shouldn't. Gentlemen, how are we able to afford this plane? So I went down a slide and now I'm teleported into like a different world.
But here is something you might not know. In 2023, Chris divorced his wife Katie. He cut ties with his family and decided to live on his own. Chris even posted saying he was happy because his wife was understanding and accepting of the stuff he had done. And here is something even crazier. When this guy, let's call him the crazier one, met his son, he put heels on him. His 4-year-old son wearing heels. Seriously? The kid is 4. Insane, right?